Good morning. My name is Elizabeth DeVries, and I am a medium, a healer, and an artist. I'm just bringing that up because I've been contemplating lately the gifts that people have. They're God-given gifts, and every person I know has one in some degree or another. Some gifts are given to people that are going to live very visible lives, so the exercise and the use or abuse of their gift is more pronounced in a worldly sense. But all gifts are gifts from our Holy Spirit to help us in this life to shine each in our own particular way. Whether it is growing flowers in your backyard, baking and cooking with great enthusiasm and a feeling for food, or dance, or sing, or write, or create art, whatever is your gift, do not play it down that it is not of value. And when you have children, take a good look at what are their God-given gifts and give them all the support and all the love and all the freedom to express those gifts in a way that will bring them great inner joy and happiness. I can tell you from my own perspective, since I've been young, I have never had a job or worked for anybody. I have always worked for myself. I've been an entrepreneur, and I have reinvented myself over and over and over according to where my soul is leading me and what is the joy of what is bringing me joy at that time in my life. So at age 60, I became an artist. I never thought I could be an artist. I started photographing flowers and going into the depth of the flower. Then I started to co-join with the flower from a mystical perspective. And it was like, I always call it like co-creating with God, what God has already created to perfection, and giving your own individual expression of love and creative force into that experience of life. We could have come here to be a great mother. We could have come here to be a great singer. The thing that I have noticed about the gifts we have is, first of all, astrologically, you can see in your chart what is your inherent gift. What were the talents that you created and grew through in past lives? So, for example, Mozart did just not land here on the planet and be capable to be a composer at age 3 or 4. That capability was built up through many, many lives, and he just came in and expressed that gift at a very young age and continued to create, indulge the gift, enjoy the gift, and express the gift in a myriad of ways, which ultimately brought great joy to humanity. On the other hand, you had somebody like Van Gogh that had two gifts. He had a great, deep spiritual devotion to God. He tried that route, but unfortunately, having a very outspoken and expressive, emotional nature, it was difficult for people to relate to his way of getting his message across. He took then, picked up the brush, the pencil, and started to paint. And through the painting, his spirituality was expressed. He got to such a place of utter humility and surrender to the divine energy moving through him that his paintings literally became energetic expressions of the force of life itself. Here was someone that followed his passion, created 800 paintings in a period of 10 years, and yet never sold one painting, two paintings. His brother bought, aside from that, the other 798 were never sold. So that did not deter him from painting. That did not quell his passion. That did not uproot his insecurities. It made him all the more passionate to just get out there in those fields and paint the sunflowers and the wheat fields with the crows hovering over, because he was extraordinarily intuitive. He lived in the center of his subconscious self. So to me, he's one of the prime examples of somebody taking his gift, expressing his gift, no matter what the world said about his gift, just going with the flow of his gift. The other thing I wanted to express is, say you have been given the gift of great beauty, great grace, great alluring qualities. There is a temptation with the gift to abuse it, to ride on it, to live off the fruits of your gift in a way that is not ethically honoring the gift. It becomes a form of using your gift for manipulation or seduction, or just self-absorption and neuroses as you start to age, and the body and the face and the allurement fade into oblivion. Because if you're not living from the spiritual essence of your gift and understanding that that beauty was given to you for a reason, not as a form of taking the gift out there and using it in a negative way, and in such a way that your radiance or your inner illumination starts to dry up. So I think it's really good to look at our gift. I remember when we met Pavarotti and had dinners with him, that he said that the voice was his gift, and that he treasured and honored the gift of his voice outside of his own personality. He knew that it was a gift from God. He knew it was a rare and precious gift, and he protected his gift. He did not blow out his gift too young. He was able to still sing in his late 60s up until the age of 70, because he had treasured, honored, and developed the gift with great care and respect for what it was. That was beautiful. Think about someone that has the gift of a silver tongue, somebody that can use the tongue as a politician, coming in with great power, great charisma, great capability to express, but is taking the gift, and then as they ride along with the gift becomes corrupted. It becomes used for gaining power over others, over humanity. And in that way, it starts to become unpleasantly tainted. For example, Donald Trump came in with a great capacity of charisma, of force. He has a Leo rising, so he's naturally in the limelight. Mars in Leo, right on his ascendant, so that gave him great physical stamina, great capability to shine forth his light, and instead took it and became power hungry, and we all know the rest. There's no point in going into that one for too long. It's obvious where that gift went and how it became abused and how it became narcissistic. Also if you have the great capability through your voice, through your words, to draw others in to get what you want from them. It could be as a minister. Look at some of the evangelicals, how that gift has been used to seduce money out of people, to convince them of what's right and wrong, of setting a tone of sanctimoniousness, or just the gift becoming distorted, the train going off the tracks. Look at the gift of being a great mother, having a great capacity to love your children, but becoming to a place of obsessiveness over it, that you cannot let your children go, or you try to direct your children into a path that you yourself did not live out, or you try to control the expression of their life and to live through them. So many ways that the gift of the original mother, who had the great capability to be nurturing, empathic, and freedom-loving, and to actually allow that to flow into her children, setting them free to find each their own individual gifts. So I think it's really good to sit and contemplate at different stages of our life what gift is emerging within us, what God-given talent we have, and to follow it, like Joseph Campbell said, to follow your bliss. But as we're following it, to allow it to use us as a vehicle for beauty, or for kindness, or for compassion, or nurturing others, or uplifting others, or just bringing sheer joy to others, like Pavarotti with his voice. I've been lately thinking, what are my gifts? And as my old Indian mentor said to me, always be aware as a spiritual counselor, spiritual teacher, or the nurturer of others, to not abuse that power, the power of sight, of what you're seeing in people, to get them codependent on you, or to become puffed up with your own great spirituality over others, and start thinking you're above others or on a pedestal. To get down and be real and take a good hard look at yourself, and are you still self-purifying and giving credit to the divinity within you as you proceed along your path of spirituality and inner growth and divine mercy and divine compassion and wisdom. So I really try every night to go back over my day and to take a good hard look at myself and where I really screwed up, or ignored someone, or didn't hear the deepest longings of their heart, or didn't listen to the deepest longings of my own heart, or gave a piece of myself away, and to restore the integrity to what I'm doing. Because ultimately, we meet ourselves on the path, and when we cross over and we look at our lives, the biggest thing we look at is what were our intentions behind the choices we made. We don't look at where we did something wrong, because if we did it with a good intention, but we just didn't have a wisdom enough at that time to understand the repercussions of what we were doing, then it is not frowned upon by the soul in the afterlife. But what is frowned upon is when we intentionally manipulate, when we intentionally don't think what our actions are doing that could hurt others through our divine gift. So to have the gift of sight can be mightily abused. That's why I never predict death. I never, if somebody asks me to look into the life of somebody else, if their husband is not being faithful to them, or a friend has been dishonest, I will not spy on another person's life in order to satisfy the person I'm talking to in that moment. I have to be highly conscious of the words I'm speaking, because the words I'm speaking, people are in an extraordinarily vulnerable spot when they come to me in very deep trauma, distress, or loss, and I must be very careful of the words that I express, because in that moment they are wide open. There go my dogs. They always manage to get in on every reading in one form or another. So I'd like to end there, but the point I'm really trying to make is I hope you do unfold and unravel and unpackage your great gift. We all have one. And then to see how you apply it in your life and how you live it out with gratitude, with humility, and with great joy. Thank you for listening to my video. Do subscribe if it happens to speak to your heart. And I bless you and ask that God bring us all the awareness of our gifts so that we can all share them and honor the gifts that each has. Thank you. Bye for now.